Adam Lambert's journey has been nothing short of incredible, beginning with him as a young, adorable, and emo-looking child on American Idol and culminating in him as a self-assured glam rock superstar who commands global stages today. In the past 20 years, there have been very few artists who have remade themselves with the same level of audacity, fearlessness, and authenticity as Lambert. It is not only that his progress has transformed his image, but it has also pushed limits across the music and theater industries, thereby establishing him as one of the most dynamic performers of the 21st century. Adam Lambert was 26 years old when he was introduced to the American public for the first time in 2009 during the 8th season of American Idol. He had sweeping black hair, smoky eyeliner, and a voice that could stop the passage of time. Right up to that point, he had a type of sheer star power that seemed to be more powerful than the show itself. His dynamic presence produced an influence that lasted much beyond the season, despite the fact that he ultimately finished in second place among the competitors. Those who saw were aware that they had been witnesses to the birth of a future icon. Over the course of the subsequent 15 years, Lambert would go on to further redefine what it means to be a modern rock star. However, in the year 2024, he once again stunned his audience by undergoing a makeover that was so unexpected, so theatrical, and so wonderfully unusual that he became almost unrecognizable from his beginnings in reality television. It was revealed that the reason behind it was yet another exciting chapter in his already outstanding career. A career that involves crushing obstacles. Within a short period of time, Lambert transformed his celebrity from American Idol into a groundbreaking artistic identity. His album Trespassing, which was released in 2012, made history when it became the first album by an openly gay musician to reach #1 on the Billboard charts. This was a momentous occasion for LGBTQIA+ representation in mainstream music. Fans were drawn to the brave honesty that was woven into his songs and performance, while critics lauded his ability to combine elements of pop, rock, and funk. But the most daring change in Lambert's career occurred in 2011, when he joined the iconic Queen members Brian May and Roger Taylor from the band Queen. Lambert was initially invited to perform as a guest, and it was apparent that he had chemistry with the members of the band who were still alive. Over the course of time, they came together to officially become Queen plus Adam Lambert, a partnership that paid tribute to the heritage of Freddie Mercury, while also paving the way for a dynamic new route that was packed with world tours that were completely sold out, worldwide acclaim, and some of the most powerful live performances of the decade. In the year 2024, Lambert had developed into a musical chameleon, at which point she was as gorgeous whether she was singing high notes or whispering emotional ballads. She was comfortable wearing glam rock leather, couture gowns, or neon face paint. He had incorporated the process of reinvention into his creative DNA. However, nothing could have adequately prepared them for the astonishing and whimsical change that he revealed in that year. Unexpectedly, Adam Lambert makes his debut with a new look. At the beginning of the year 2024, Lambert distributed shockwaves on Instagram. As he wore a turquoise party hat, a white ruffled collar, and dramatic glam makeup, he appeared to be a character who had been taken straight from a weird dream scenario. His face was painted in iridescent hues, and his countenance emanated uncontrolled delight. It appeared as though he was going to break into song or stir up some trouble. His eyes were dramatically highlighted. Certainly, this was not merely another daring fashion moment. It was a sort of clue. At the renowned Kit Kat Club in London, Lambert was entering the atmosphere of the Cabaret revival, which was an immersive experience. An extensive reworking of theatrical boundaries, strong emotional storytelling, and avant-garde imagery are some of the things that have earned the show a reputation for excellence. One of the most recognizable characters on Broadway is the MC, who serves as the show's flamboyant, unnerving, and fascinating narrator. The role, which has been played in the past by legendary actors like Alan Cumming and Eddie Redmayne, calls for a magnificent vocal performance as well as a brave theatrical stage presence. It was a natural fit for Lambert. Lambert received plaudits for introducing a fresh electric energy to the MC role after his debut on September 16, 2024. This energy mixed his glam rock persona with the anarchic spirit of the job, which was a very interesting combination. As a result of the makeover, people who remembered the contestant with the emo hair nervously grasping a microphone on American Idol found it difficult to believe what had happened. Now, what they were witnessing was a performance master plunging into complete artistic freedom he had never experienced before. A comeback to the stage which has been long in the making. When Lambert played the character of Fiyero in the production of Wicked in Los Angeles in 2007, it was the first time he had performed on a stage in a theater production or production since then. He actually quit the show totally in order to try out for American Idol, which was a choice that completely altered the course of events. I did that for 2 years in Los Angeles while I was working on music on the side, Lambert revealed in an interview with them in the year 2023. This gets us to the topic of American Idol, as well as a significant amount of flat ironing. It was like coming home when I went back to the theater, but it was also like starting over. His life had been molded by theater long before the public was aware of his name. Now that he had more than a decade of experience traveling internationally, experimenting with his voice, and exploring his artistic side, Lambert addressed the job of MC with a degree of depth and maturity that elevated the legendary role even more. Ollie Cravalho, a Disney talent, has joined the cast in the role of Sally Bowles, which has added to the excitement. The crowd praised the pair for infusing a current emotional rawness and queer-positive spirit to the musical, which was 90 years old. Their on-stage connection became an instant sensation, and spectators praised them for having this energy. The reasons why Cabaret does such a deep resonance with Lambert. Lambert emphasized that the themes of Cabaret, which include individuality, independence, self-expression, and political revolt, continue to resonate strongly in today's world when he was speaking on the Today Show about his decision to participate in the play. It is a story about freedom, individuality, and expression, and how those things cannot be taken away if certain impulses in politics win control, he said. It's really a story about freedom, individuality, and expression. For Lambert, who has devoted his whole career to promoting LGBTQIA+ visibility and human rights, this is not merely a role in a theatrical production. Rather, it is a personal one. While Lambert was performing on American Idol, he was subjected to intense scrutiny from the time he went onto the platform. Without his permission, his photographs were published in tabloids, and he was subjected to unrelenting scrutiny and criticism. Lambert chose to focus on being genuine rather than allowing the criticism to overtake him. He became a significant voice for queer youth over the course of his career, contributing his platform, songs, and influence to the cause of queer youth advancement. In the musical Cabaret, Lambert's MC transforms into more than just a narrator. He becomes a metaphor for defiance in the face of constrictive authority. The persona engages in dance, provokes, seduces, mocks, and reveals truths that are distressing to the audience. Both humor and performance are weapons that he used to defend himself. The same thing happens to Lambert in his everyday life. Totally unrecognizable, in every single way possible. To answer your question, yes, Adam Lambert is quite different from the person he was when he was competing on American Idol. However, this is not merely due to the fact that his fashion sense has evolved, that his hair is no longer styled in an emo swoop, or that he now controls stages that Mercury used to grace. The reason he is unrecognizable is because he has developed into the most complete and courageous version of himself. In the year 2009, he was a young man who was in the process of figuring out his public identity while simultaneously learning how to survive in a field that was not yet prepared for him. By the year 2024, he has established himself as a seasoned performer, and he is now taking on roles that honor his queerness, his theatricality, and his artistic integrity. The journey that Lambert has taken is evidence that evolution is not only possible, but it can also be beautiful. His ongoing efforts to leave a lasting legacy. At this point in time, Lambert's influence extends across generations, genres, and continents. On the basis of his work with Queen alone, he has established himself as one of the most outstanding vocalists throughout the modern age. His releases under his own name continue to push the frontiers of sound. His charitable activity improves the lives of a great number of LGBTQIA+ people. Now he is making his comeback to the theater, and he brings the same power and authenticity to one of the most renowned characters on Broadway. Something that started off as an audition for a reality program has now become a lifelong legacy. In addition, Lambert is still developing in some way. His change in 2024 cabaret is not the conclusion of his career. Rather, it is merely the next chapter in a career that has been marked by reinvention. Every night, when he makes his way onto the stage at the Kit Kat Club, with his ruffled collar glistening in the lights and his turquoise hat perched mischievously on his head, Adam Lambert brings to the attention of the audience something that is both straightforward and profound. Those artists who are able to adapt to shifting circumstances are the most talented. And one of the greatest is Adam Lambert, who is virtually unrecognizable, unstoppable, and indelible in the minds of his fans.